Today, on Destination Polaris, it's a good old-fashioned backyard mountain ride.
It's big country.
First, we hit the hills of West Virginia, and then we slide on down to Kentucky to sling some mud. Destination Polaris starts right now.
Welcome to the show. Why don't we kick things off by heading out to a teeny tiny trail system that you may have heard of in West Virginia called Hatfield-McCoy. If you haven't heard of Hatfield, then you probably need to crawl out from underneath that rock you've been living under.
All these ridges in front of us are trails.
They're only the largest trail system on the East Coast.
Well, right now the Hatfield-McCoy Trails is right at about 600 miles of trail and 7 trail systems. By next year we'll be 700, and then we'll start linking those trails together.
It was a little wet! That's pretty impressive, but the folks at Hatfield are never satisfied. And that's why we've returned to this off-road mecca. They want to show us their newest trail.
You'll enjoy it.
The Pocahontas Trail System is our 7th trail system. It's our newest adventure. We opened in Memorial Weekend of 2012. So the trail system is very similar to the other Hatfield-McCoy trails, in that when you come to ride any Hatfield-McCoy trail system, you're going to find a variety of trails. You're going to find easy trails, more difficult trails, most difficult trails. Pocahontas has that.
And then you go from a temperature change of 30 degrees from the top to the bottom in 30 seconds, and then you're going through rivers and rocks and streams and puddles. It's just everything all roll into one.
Opening the Pocahontas Trail System was a new adventure for Hatfield-McCoy Trails. 1, we were connecting to a historic town. 2, it was our first time we were going to be able to connect to 2 other trail systems. There's a lot of mileage there. If you were to ride from one extreme end to the other, you're looking at about a 90-mile ride, which is a big day of riding, but the hammerheads really like that. Being able to connect and ride that many miles is something that our riders really like.
And that's why Hatfield's Mike Pinkerton invited us out for today's ride. We've also got his buddy Jeff from Big Bear Lodge and Pat from ITP Tires to check out the new trail.
All right, Mike, give me the game plan today.
All right, so we're starting at the town of BRAMWELL. We're going to ride some easy trail. We're going to check out a couple scenic spots, look at the coke ovens, and we're going to make our way over to the Ashland Resort and have a good time in between.
You lead and we will follow.
But before we can get out of here, Pat, being Pat, has to slap on some new tires onto Jeff's Razor.
We're going to take these stock tires off, and we're going to put our new Blackwater Evolution tires on from ITP. It's our new 8-ply rated radial tire, which have our new sidewall armor built into them, our new tough tread design. Being an 8-ply rated radial, the puncture resistance is much greater than, say, a stock tire for sure, because most of those are around the 4-ply range, maybe 6-ply. We've got new compounds built into the tires also for better traction.
Must be nice to be Jeff today.
Jeff's gonna be pleased with these after we got these on here today.
I totally agree, so let's get out of here. All right, our Hatfield ride is just getting started. When we come back, we'll show you some top secret spots on the new trail. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is brought to you by ITP, the world's #1 aftermarket ATV and UTV tire and wheel source. And by Progressive Insurance. Think easier. Think Progressive.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We are in West Virginia at the Hatfield-McCoy Trail System. This place keeps getting bigger and bigger every year, and we're here to check out their newest trail.
It's a scenic trail system. It's got a good variety, but probably a couple of the major points to that. One, it connects to the town of Bramwell. Has a really neat historical connection there. You can ride from the historical town onto the trail system. You can also ride across the Pocahontas Trail System to 2 other trail systems. Together you have about 300 miles of consecutive trails.
We hooked up with our guys in the small town of Bramwell.
The town of Bramwell is located in southern West Virginia, almost right on the Virginia border. Population, just over 400.
Now you might be thinking, why would I want to start my ride or show up in this little tiny town? This is a can't-miss stop on this new trail.
Bramwell is unique. It's a historic town. It's small. There's lots of very unique buildings. The people here are really special too.
Having the Pocahontas segment of the Hatfield-McCoy Trail open here at Bramwell has breathed new life into this community. This is a very quiet community, 4 days a week. And then 3 days a week, we come to life again when we're visited by riders from all over this country.
Very quiet community. So the Hatfield-McCoy Trails roaring into town a few days a week is a little different for the area.
I think we've seen 3 cars so far this morning, but it's hopping. It's nice because especially when you have a trail system come to a town like this, hopefully it'll start to get people back in this area.
Can't believe you're gonna make me get a permit.
Well, you know.
I'm not, you're buying it.
You brought your wallet, didn't you?
No? No?
So this is what you do. You go to the main office when you're in town, get your trail pass,
There you go, Mayor.
and then head to the back of the building.
So inside the back of the town hall, they actually have the real jail.
That's right.
How cool is this? When you don't pay for your trail permit, this is what you get. There's more cells over there.
Lucky for us,
Welcome here to the town of Bramwell. We're so
thank
glad
you.
to have you.
we knew the mayor, busted out of jail and got right back on the trail.
2 of the things you can't miss on this ride. One is the fact that it's connected to another trail system. The fact that you can ride from Bramwell to Ashland Resort.
At the Ashland Campground, you can ride right out of your cabin, right onto the trails. It's literally just a few hundred feet from your cabin. The camp is just a few steps over to our right, and the trail access just a few steps to our left.
And then ride over to another trail system. This is the one place in the whole Hatfield-McCoy network where you can ride 3 different trail systems.
So Mike, I gotta tell you, this is the coolest brick oven pizza place right here. Is that what this is?
Actually, what we're looking at is a coke oven. And this is an old one from the turn of the century where they used to bake coal, and they had a railway system here, and they put the coal in the oven, and they bake out all the impurities, and what's left is coke. And they mix coke with iron ore, and that's how you get steel.
Steel. So this is leftover relic from then.
It is, yeah, and it's a spot that's not marked on the map. Just simply, we don't want people to take the coal bricks with them, but if you know where you're going, it's a kind of neat place to check out.
And I'm not gonna tell anybody where it's at.
Yeah, we won't tell anybody.
We won't tell anybody.
Here's the real easy part about this new trail. We rode Pinnacle, hit the connector, and then made our way to Ashland for lunch. It's that simple. So after an extremely healthy lunch, we got back on the trails and headed back to Bramwell. At the end of the day, Mike had one final secret to share.
So in 2013, we plan to open our 8th trail system. It's going to be called Ivy Branch. It's going to be located in Lincoln County, very near our Little Coal River trail system. It's awesome to be a part of that. 7 trail systems, 3 of them that connect. It's been a lot of fun watching the trail system come along.
We had sun, we had rock, dirt, sand, mud, and snow. It was definitely a great day.
All in all, a pretty good day. Jeff even got to keep those new set of ITP tires.
Oh yeah, I'll leave with a set of new tires too.
What? I don't get any tires? And I'm gonna need some mud tires for what we're about to do. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATV, your one-stop shop for parts, apparel, and accessories. And by Central Boiler. We didn't invent fire, just a better way to use it.
Welcome back to DP. We've left behind our friends in Hatfield to make some new ones in Kentucky. We got word there's a little off-road park making some big noise. That's what I'm talking about. Those boys in Kentucky know how to do it up right.
John, I assume Kentucky basketball will not win another championship this year?
If we could win 2 this year, we would.
So who are these guys and where do they ride? That's what we're here to find out.
Basically what I do is I'm in charge of like the outdoor recreation opportunities here in Bell County. You know, I write grants for hiking trails, do stuff for the ATV trails here. We're trying to kind of capitalize on all the great outdoor opportunities we have here, and that's kind of my job, is to kind of help develop and market that stuff here.
Sounds awfully fishy to me.
Yeah, it's a good title, I like it. Yeah, it's mist and rain all day.
All kidding aside, John is actually very serious about Wilderness Trails Off-Road Park.
The park is 9,000 acres. We currently have about 120 miles of trail. We're working on adding new trails right now. We should have about 150 or 160 by the end of next year.
Wilderness Trails Off-Road Park is located in southeast Kentucky near the town of Middlesboro, roughly an hour or so straight north of Knoxville.
It's a lot different than what most people think Kentucky. They think bluegrass, horse farms, gentle rolling hills. I mean, here in the eastern part we have a lot of mountains, and here in the southeast part we've got a lot of the bigger mountains. It's a lot different from the rest of Kentucky for sure. We're 45 minutes away from Royal Blue, maybe an hour and 15 away from Brimstone, right, close to Windrock too. We're not far from Hatfield-McCoy. So we've got a line of ATV parks basically up and down the Kentucky and Virginia border and into Tennessee.
Here's the main difference between all those places and this one. Here, doesn't even cost you a nickel to ride.
It's free.
You can't beat that at all, especially in today's economy.
That's one of the unique things about this park. We don't have to buy a permit. We wanted to keep it free for a number of different reasons, but the main thing is just so people have some extra money in their pocket. We want you to come in and spend whatever money you were going to buy a permit in gas or in lodging or, a movie or just whatever you'd like. Just, put it in the local economy somehow.
John, what's the plan today?
We're going to take off here from Marty's ATV Oasis, take Trail 100, which is a wooded trail up to the top of the park. From there, we can hit a couple of different wooded loops, go to some overlooks, hit some mud if we want to. You can basically leave from here and hit a couple of different things. Unfortunately, we got a little drizzle this morning, but hopefully it clears up this afternoon.
Rain or no rain, we're riding.
Should I be concerned at all about any of these guys that were with us today?
Our ride is just getting underway. When we come back, all of this rain that we're dealing with pays off in a huge way. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is brought to you by Hatfield-McCoy, where the trail riding adventure begins. And by Maui Jim Sunglasses, the fastest growing premium polarized sunglass maker in the world.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We are at the Wilderness Trails Off-Road Park. This place opened just a few years ago, and it's easy to see why it's quickly becoming one of the best.
I've rode in a lot of states, and this is probably some of the best riding I've ever rode here at Wilderness Trail. It's awesome.
I mean, it's quintessential Appalachia right here. You've got mountain views, trails that lead down into the woods, all different kinds of stuff you can enjoy.
It seems a little more wide open when you get to the top. I like how the trails come off, off the main roads and about anything that you want.
Maybe not the best day to go sightseeing.
How bad is it killing you right now that it's gray and overcast?
It's bugging me. Behind us is the Cumberland Mountain, and that's actually the border between Kentucky and Virginia. It's a lot higher. You can see just little pieces of it right now, but it's actually a really good sized mountain. And we're not too far from where Daniel Boone crossed the Cumberland Gap and actually made the first gateway to the west. So.
Really?
Yep.
But on a clear day, there's plenty to see.
That mountain is 60,000 feet tall.
Those are the mountains of Hawaii.
Once you're up on top of the mountain, you can hit more trails, you can do a little fishing, but the main attraction, one massive mud hole.
This is the mud bowl. If you like mud, this is your spot right here, right off Trail 66B.
You gonna go in?
I'm not gonna go in, no.
No, I like to keep my stuff clean.
I'd rather watch my buddies do it. There's 4 or 5 places you can get pretty bad stuck. There's several mud holes in there that will swallow a Jeep. You know, these razors will tear through them. There's one in the back that nobody's gone through yet that if they do go through it, they'll find out real quick. We'll have to get the chain out. Most of them have some water in them year round, but right now where it's getting a little bit cooler, they retain water a little bit more. It's a good time of the year to enjoy the mud. You get muddy, brother?
A little bit.
A little bit, it looks like it.
Well, I think it was a great experience.
How many times have you ran this thing?
Through the mud bowl, you mean? I don't know. I've probably been in it 10 or 12 times. Look, you get dessert with your dinner.
No need to ride home dirty from this place. Just roll back into Marty's ATV Oasis. He's got cabins connected right to the trails.
Cabins, houses, camping. You go up and ride the Wilderness Trail off-road park right from the cabins or the houses or the campground. A couple of my houses are really nice. The one sleeps 12 people, 2 baths, full laundry, cable, internet. You know, right here at the main campground, you're right on the trail.
This place has got some potential growth here. At Marty's, he's just a super guy. Park anywhere you want to. Your vehicles are perfect here and nobody will bother them. It's just a real good location. We've had a ball today and really enjoyed it.
You know, a couple of years in, and we're just now getting out there where people recognize us.
Everybody should get to come up here and enjoy the nature of the world and shouldn't have to pay a fortune to go see the mountains.